I'm not late. Look at the time that the stream was supposed to start. The YouTube says 7:30, so I'm actually early. I'm actually literally early, so... yeah. How's the sound, by the way? I changed my settings a little bit. It's been kind of echoey. Do I sound okay? Hello. Welcome back. Yeah. Just gonna do a little 3D after party today. I did have a good dinner. I got DoorDash, and my DoorDasher's name was Amanda. And so I got a text that was like, Amanda is approaching. I was like, what? What do you mean I'm approaching? Amanda is rapidly approaching your location. I'm coming. I'm coming for you. Yes, as you can see, I've been flattened by a cartoon steamroller, and I'm once again 2D. You know, you guys know Flat Stanley, where the kid gets I think it's a bulletin board or something, falls on him, and then he's flat. I got flattened. Yeah, so sorry about that, but it's fine. I miss 3D Amanda. Maybe we can bring her back. But yes, I've been Looney Tunes steamrolled, and now I'm flat again. But I do want to give you a little behind the scenes. I know I kept teasing. I'm gonna tell you guys how I did it. So here's how I did my One Woman 3D debut for $10 from the closet. Now, before I start, I want to hear your guesses. What do you think I spent $10 on for this debut? Because I promise you're, like, not gonna get it. You're not gonna know. It's probably not what you're thinking, but go ahead and get your guesses in. VR chat. One guess for VR chat. Interesting. Interesting. Lunch? Asset packs. All good guesses. Lunch doesn't count. That's not part of the cost of hair and facial expression. Alright. Good guesses. Good guesses all around. We'll see. We'll see what the answer is. Oh yeah, I just want to have this as a little... yeah, let me just show you... Disclaimer, alright? I'm not an expert. I followed a lot of tutorials. I used a lot of trial and error, and I got a lot of help. Do not take this stream as, like... If you're a VTuber watching this and you're looking to have, like, a cheap, easy, free to very cheap 3D debut, I'm happy to have this be kind of tips and a starting point as to what you might want to look into, but this is not like a comprehensive tutorial on how I did this stream. It's just going to be some little tips and tricks and a little explanation. I really don't know what I'm talking about. So, you know. Rip buffering? Am I buffering? Yeah, I have linked some tutorials that I used. I honestly know why I linked them like this. Like, you guys can click on them, but maybe I'll if you guys really want some more info, I will post these in the description. How about that? I'll post some of this in the description so you guys can click on these tutorials if you want. And also, there's a Discord server that was very helpful. They answered a lot of my questions. So, first things first. What I clearly did not spend $10 on, because it's way more expensive than that, is hardware. Here is the hardware that I used. The glowing box, the ominous rectangle, and the eye. So my 3D debut did not use any sort of 3D tracking apparatus, no VR base stations, no motion capture outfit, just my PC, iPhone, and webcam. So that is what you will need for the ideas that I'm about to give you. So yes, that probably explains a lot, like why I didn't have full body tracking, but you know, it is what it is. Also, this is not what my PC looks like. This is a way nicer PC than I have. Yeah, our phones are very good for tracking. Yeah. Sorry. I just ate. I'm having some water. I just ate, like, I had soy sauce and it's like really salty, you know? So yes, you guys might notice that this is hardware I already possess. It's just the iPhone, which I'm using for streaming literally right now, my PC, which I'm also using for streaming right now, and my webcam, which I used to use for streaming, and also use just for like boring Zoom calls and stuff, just my regular webcam. So that's what you will need. Also, I looked up this PNG of a phone, and for some reason it gave me this like really ugly one, but I kind of thought it was funny, so I left it in. Yeah, that's actually the color of the phone that I'm using. I just thought you guys might be interested to know that I have like an aqua blue iPhone that I use for tracking. I don't know. It's my VTuber phone. Okay, now it's time for the big cojones. All right, let me show you my scary web. Here are all of the programs I used. It's a lot. So let's go in order. I began with Vroid Studio, which I used to make the model. Then I opened Unity. Unity might be hated, my enemy. For those of you guys who don't know, last semester I took like a game development class and we had to use Unity, and it's so difficult and I hate it. I used Unity with two plugins, the VRM plugin and the VRM0 ARKit Blend Shapes plugin, which is the only thing I bought. The $10 that I spent, no one guessed it, was on a Unity plugin. That's it. That was it. That was the Unity. There was a Unity plugin. Which is so funny. It's really funny to me that that's the thing that ended up costing me the $10 was the Unity plugin. Sorry, water. But that was it. It was the VRM0 Blend Shapes plugin for Unity. You can get it on Booth. So then, I imported my model. This is a very simplified version, but I imported the model, which I'd edited in Unity, into a program called Warudo, or Warudo. Zawarudo. It's like world with a Japanese accent, but it's called Warudo, which is where my whole 3D stream was hosted. And I really cannot recommend this program enough. It's free, and it's really, really good. It has it's in beta and it's very user supported, so it does have some hiccups and glitches, but it's really, really good. It's really interesting. It's really useful. It has a lot of customization. It's really flexible. If you know about programming, you can like write your own code and stuff into it. I don't know about programming, but you can. So yeah, this stream was actually not in VR chat. It was in Warudo, which is better because it's like designed for VTubing specifically. It's really made for streaming. And then attached to Warudo, my face tracking was VTube Studio. It's actually the same program that I use for my 2D programming, which is interesting. And the hand tracking was a program called MediaPipe, which is built into Warudo. You don't have to download that. And then also here in the corner is MMD. I don't know if you can see it too well, but MMD Miku Miku Dance is what I used for the dance segment. So I used MMD software to import the dance and camera data, and then MMD files can be compatible with Warudo. So that's how I did that. Let me explain what the thing that I bought, the $10 ARKit Blend Shapes. So for those of you who don't know, ARKit is what Apple uses for facial recognition, and it's also why iPhones are the best for face tracking. It's because they have the Apple ARKit. And when you make a model in Vroid Studio, it exports as a VRM file, which has like some bones and expressions built in, right? Because 3D models, they have like hidden like bones and joints. That's how programs know where they're supposed to move. So Vroid Studio models, when you export them by default, their faces are not compatible with ARKit. They're made to be more compatible with like webcam-based programs, but ARKit has its own what's called blend shapes, which is basically just the parameters of how your face moves. So a Vroid Studio model isn't compatible with iPhone right out of the box. You have to import it to Unity. And in order to import it to Unity, you need the VRM plugin, which is free. And then to create ARKit blend shapes, at least as someone who doesn't know Unity, you maybe could do it if you knew a lot about Unity and 3D modeling. I know some people also use Blender. I don't really know anything about it, so I bought the plugin. And the plugin just automatically reformats a Vroid model to be compatible with ARKit. So that is what I used, and it cost me $10. So that is why I used that. Because the other option was to use like webcam tracking for my face. But if I use webcam tracking for my face, first of all, it'll be worse. And second of all, then I can't use the webcam for hand tracking. So because I wanted both, I had to figure out how to use my iPhone with Warudo, which required me to import my Vroid model into Unity. And then I just used VTube Studio, which I already have. Interestingly enough, you actually do not need VTube Studio Pro. So even though I have VTube Studio Pro, you don't need it to deal with the things that I did. So that technically doesn't count towards the cost of my 3D debut, even though I have VTube Studio Pro. And the reason for that is that you don't need to connect it to your PC the same way that you connect your PC to the VTube Studio program. That's the part that requires Pro. So yeah, kind of interesting. So yeah, that's where the $10 went. It's what to using a plugin in Unity to convert my Vroid Studio to be compatible with my iPhone. I told you guys this was a lot of work. And also, this was a lot of troubleshooting because I didn't know that when I was first starting to set this stuff up. So I imported my Vroid right to Warudo, and it didn't work. The body worked, but there was just no face tracking. It wasn't working at all. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? I thought I was going crazy. I thought something was wrong. And then I went to the Discord server, the Warudo Discord server, and wrote like a ticket. And then like one of the Warudo like developers, I think actually, was literally like, are you using ARKit? I was like, I guess. And they were like, your blend shapes are wrong. Here's how to fix it. And I was like, oh my god. And I felt stupid because I think to everyone who knows a lot more about 3D modeling and face tracking, it's super common knowledge that you can't just start using a Vroid model on your iPhone. But I didn't know that. But yeah, that's a tip, not just for related to Warudo. If you are using a Vroid model as a VTuber, you can, for $10 on Unity, you can make it compatible with ARKit, and then you can use VTube Studio with or any iPhone tracking program with a Vroid model, and the face will look so much better. The face tracking is so much better with ARKit. It's like 710 USD if you count the iPhone. I'm not counting the iPhone. Plus, the iPhone that I'm using is like my old phone. Because I used to have an iPhone, and then I think 2 years ago I got an Android phone, but my mom never got rid of this iPhone, so I'm using my old phone. I use my old phone as my VTuber phone. Okay, so let me show you some behind the scenes some more about making the model. So, a lot of you guys noticed that the model, I tried to not give it that like default Vroid look. Not that there's anything wrong with the default Vroid look, I just think it really stands out to people, you know, when they see models that use all these like Vroid presets. I think it can really stick out and people are immediately going, oh, the default Vroid eyes, default Vroid hair. So the part that I really focused on was the eye textures. So I really wanted the eyes to look pretty accurate to my 2D model art style, because my 2D model has really flat kind of eyes. Like there's a harsh line in the middle, and then there's a sort of harsh ring on the bottom, which I think is something fun that kind of sets my art style apart. Basically is like a lot of anime eyes have a lot of gradients, and there are no gradients in my eyes. They're very kind of cell shaded and a little cartoony. So all of the default eyes that you can get on Vroid Studio have a lot of these like glossy gradient sort of look. So I actually hand drew the eyes, and then I just focused mostly on the eyes. And I think also the eyelashes have a custom texture because a lot of the Vroid eyes have like a warm tone kind of base. They're kind of brown, if that makes sense. Whereas mine are sort of a black and gray, which I used to kind of set apart from the rest of the warm colors in my model. So I hand drew textures for the face, So you can see it actually has my exact freckles, blush, and eye bags. She looks tired, just like me. So I hand her the textures for the eyes, skin, and eyelashes, like the parts around the eyes, to try to really recreate my face as best I could. And then everything else is kind of standard Vroid fare. Like, there wasn't much to change with the body. The hair, I will admit, the hair could be better, I think. But I was working with a combination of preset Vroid stuff, because I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried to make a Vroid model, but the hair is so hard. I can never get it to look right. I've tried lots of ways. I just can't do it. I'm really bad at it. So I tried my best. It's like, and I just sort of eventually embraced that it's just going to be a different hairstyle. But, you know, I tried my hardest, okay? And I tried to change the texture a little bit and, like, take out a lot of shine, to sort of get the flatter color look. Okay, no one pointed this out, but I did not realize when I was making the Vroid that it exports, like, flipped. No one pointed out that my hair is the wrong way around. And I didn't notice until I was way too far into the process to feel like wanting to change it, even though it would have been pretty easy, I think. But no one pointed out that the pink is on the wrong side, and the purple's on the wrong side. I have flipped hair. I'm glad no one noticed, because it's annoying me. It's annoying me. And then I used, the other most difficult part of Vroids is definitely the outfits. People can and do make really impressive custom outfits. I am not someone who does. You're looking directly at my eyes and black pantsuit. Oh my god. Not the pantsuit. You guys suck. But, I really didn't want to... There's a lot of really good and really cute preset outfits in Vroid. I just didn't want to use an outfit that was being really widely used by everyone else, and I also didn't feel like any of them fit my vibe quite well. So what I did was I went on booth.pm. I think it's like a Japanese file buying and sharing kind of website, and I just started looking through free preset Vroid outfits that people had made. I credited the person who made this outfit in the description of the original stream, but I found an outfit that I liked. It's a free-to-use outfit, so you might see it elsewhere. I adjusted the colors. I think its default colors were a little more like yellow and pink, so I adjusted it to be more like purples and this brighter pink tone. And then I also changed the shoes. The default for this outfit has these like long boots, and I didn't love that, so it's a combination of like the default, the preset outfit that I got off of Booth, and some Vroid presets to sort of give it a little bit more of a custom look. So I added the gloves, and the socks and shoes are just preset Vroid stuff that I just put in there because I thought it would be cute. And yes, also the black pantsuit. So a little bit more information about Warudo. So Warudo has a lot of preset poses and dances. I know you guys saw me having a great time playing with them. I really liked it. So that was one of the ways that I wanted to use the 3D model, to its fullest potential without full body tracking. So I really wanted to make as much use of the preset poses and stuff as I could. Unfortunately, I had some trouble with, like, hotkeying poses. I know that is a capability that this program has, but it couldn't be bothered. Also, if I had a Steam Deck, which I do not, or a Stream Deck, not a Steam Deck. I don't have a Steam Deck either, but, if I had a Stream Deck, I could, like, program in poses, but I was just manually looking through poses, which it might have disrupted the elegance of the stream a little bit, but it is what it is. So that's what I did, was I used a lot of preset poses, and then, so that's something I really wanted to use the 3D model for, and then different scenes were a feature, so I imported this different background. This really cool stage, I really, really like it, is also like a user-made stage that's free to use. And so if you're wondering what I was doing during my intermission, it was switching out the stage, switching the scenes. I'm sure you guys figured that out, but I had everything preset. It was just in 2 different files, so I had to open it up. A little behind the scenes fact is, while I was doing my intermission and switching the scenes around, Warudo, like, froze, and then, like, froze for a bit, and then started running again, and I was panicking. I was like, oh my god, the program is crashing in the middle of the stream. It came really close to crashing. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Because another really big hiccup that I ran into while working on the stream was that Warudo is really resource intensive on my computer. It was really slowing everything down. Like, as soon as I would open OBS to try to actually put together streaming stuff, like, everything would crash. Everything would slow down so much, and then stuff would crash, and I was like, oh, I don't have a powerful enough PC. This isn't gonna work. I was like, oh my god, I have to figure something else out. This isn't gonna work. And then I went through Warudo's, like, website, and they have a bunch of optimization options, and I was able to get it working properly. But just if you try Warudo, the out-of-the-box settings are really, really intensive on your computer, and it will, if you don't have a really, really good PC, it will struggle. So make sure that you optimize the settings. Yeah. So here is, so this is more information. I talked about it earlier when I was talking about the Unity stuff, but here, getting VTube Studio to work with Warudo was honestly the most difficult part. Or at least the part that gave me the most trouble. Like, making the model probably took the longest, but connecting VTube Studio was the part that gave me the most trouble. So we had to use ARKit blend shapes, you had to add them in Unity. Then you have to connect your iPhone not with a USB cable. Right now, I'm using a USB cable to connect my iPhone to my PC. But you cannot use a USB cable with Warudo. You have to use your iPhone IP address. Which was giving me a lot of trouble. It's just kind of buggy, I think. Like, sometimes it just doesn't work properly, and you just have to try until it decides to work. Now it connects pretty smoothly, but I was having a lot of trouble connecting the iPhone. And then what I did, what was really important for my stream, since I don't have full body tracking, was I used settings to kind of fake more tracking than I have, if that makes sense. So I linked, like, in my Warudo settings, I linked, like, my head and my face to the neck, shoulders, and torso. So if you notice, like, I had quite a bit of motion in my torso and shoulders, even though nothing was tracking them. It was just kind of linked up to my head motions. So it might not have been really accurate, but it was giving some more motion than, like, a 2D model has. Like, I was trying my hardest to fake a lot more tracking than I had. I don't know if it came across. The same thing with the arm tracking, actually, like the arm and hand, the hand tracking, because the thing is, technically, MediaPipe is only tracking my hands, not, like, my arms. So it can really only tell whether my hands are within the camera's range or not. So you might notice, like, I couldn't really bend my elbows. It was sort of just, like, either my arms are up or they're down. There wasn't much of an in-between. But I tried my best. There's settings for MediaPipe to, like, link hand tracking more to your elbows and shoulders so that you can get more motion in your torso. You know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this was the most of my stuff. Hello, Lord Peace, and hi, Owen. So yeah, that was quite a procedure. But I eventually got it connected, and I tried to fake as much movement as I could. Things I've heard VTubing compared to is puppeteering a little bit. The hardest thing about, like, going from the 2D to 3D is remembering to use my body more, because I am someone who, like, talks with my hands, but I actually really got out of that habit because of streaming. Because, like, sometimes I would move my hands in front of my face and it would mess up the tracking or something. Like, right now I'm playing with my squishy ball again. I told you guys about the squishy ball. But I really had to be like, okay, in order to make the most of my 3D model, I need to be moving my head and neck a lot more. I need to be using my hands, and I need to sort of be doing more turning, if that makes sense. Like, okay, let me explain something. So my 2D model has a lean forward, right? I can get closer and further from the camera, but it doesn't turn left and right very much. So when I'm using my 2D model, I'm more inclined to move forward and backwards to get more kind of expressive motion. But then when I'm using the 3D model, I want to be turning more side to side because it'll turn side to side basically all the way into my side profile, but it won't lean forward and backwards, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I feel like I did try to move slightly differently when using the 3D model. Also, because it has a much wider range of facial expressions, actually, which is cool. The biggest thing is that my mouth on my 2D model, it doesn't go side to side, and it also doesn't really form like an O shape. Like this is the closest it gets to sort of an O shape. But the 3D model can get much closer to sort of like an O shape with the mouth, or like an O phoneme, as they call it. So like I would try to do it a little bit more of like a shocked expression, whereas like my shocked expression on this model would be like, on the 3D model would be more like a, oh, you know? I don't know if I'm explaining this well at all. So I have something fun to show you. This is just a bit of fun. I call this gooping around. Me and my pals were having so much fun just fucking around with this program, especially once I got MMD working. So I made all of my friends make Vroid models. I made all of my friends make Vroid models and then send them to me, and I converted them with ARKit, and then I put them in this program, and we just did all kinds of fun stuff. So here's us doing, I'm probably not gonna play the whole thing because I'll get copyrighted, but here's us doing Drop Pop Candy from Project Sekai. If it'll play. Let me skip to like, oh, the desktop audio's off. Okay, 1 second. Look at us go! Do 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 do. So for kind of, here's me, here's Owen. When Owen debuts, I'm sorry, Owen, I'm leaking your model early. When Owen debuts, he'll look like that. There's Penis, and then there's Katie, who has not appeared on a stream actually. Owen and Penis have, but Katie is just a friend of ours. Not a stream guest yet. I'll get them all eventually. And just look at us go. It's so cute. Okay, so one thing that you might notice about this is that our timing is a little bit off, which is really weird for pre-programmed motion, right? The thing is, Waterdo, you can import multiple models and map each of them to do a specific animation, but you can't, there's no one button that will start all 4 models doing the animation at once. So I tried my best to just manually link them up, but you can only start one animation at a time, and it has about a 1 second delay. So like Owen and Penis are linked up pretty well, but Katie's behind. You'll notice it more. I'll play this video in a second, but it's just so funny. Like, look at us go. Especially Owen, because Owen's model is like, it's like 7 feet tall. She's just fucking it up. Look at us go. Katie's behind. I found so much Project Sekai and Persona dancing motion data. Like, there's like, I only put 2 in here, but I have like 100 of these videos of me and my friends doing these dances. I would just get in VC and like play around with these. I'd be like, okay, everyone, I'm making us all do Persona dancing now, and now we're doing Wonderland Showtime. I'll show you guys this one. This one's Wonderland Showtime. This one's fun because it features another guest, Rebecca. Rebecca's model looks like crap. I made it myself in like 10 seconds. But, you know, you get the idea that it's her. And this one's Tondemo Wonder. One other thing before I play it. So you might notice that this one is in like the Evangelion sky, and this one is on the stage. The problem is some of the MMD motion was really incompatible with the stage background. I think because the stage must be too small. Like you'll see when I play this that a lot of the characters keep just running off stage, like going through the wall and stuff because the stage is too small for the space that the motion data covers. If that makes sense. So that's why we moved to filming these in the void sky, but you'll see people just disappear in this one. I actually filmed this one before this one. But here's us doing Tondemo Wonders. Rebecca has a wand, don't worry about it. I love this one. I love this song. I'm gonna to go on. Mizzy. Here's me sliding Owen over because he kept like walking through the stage. Yeah, there's Rebecca. This one is also, the timing is even worse. I made this one first. I have so many of these videos. I have like so many. I'm gonna turn the VDM back on. I have so many of these videos. Like for like weeks since I started planning this stream, I've just been doing these fucking stupid videos. They're great. Maybe I'll upload some of them. Maybe I'll start making dance covers, but it's like not even impressive because I just installed pre-programmed motion data and then uploaded it to YouTube. Yeah, you can see like a lot of Rebecca pants too. I don't know, like it must be something I set with the physics of her skirt, but her skirt is flying all over the place. Yeah, so we're actually coming to the last slide. So here is my would be cool for next time / future 3D plans ? So the first thing I did sort of look into was the I'm sure you guys have seen around the Sony Mocopi sensors, which are these like thick sensors that you attach to your hands and your I don't know where exactly. I know you put them on your ankles, your wrists, and maybe your head and your waist. I don't know. But it is like at home 3D tracking. They are pretty expensive. I think they're like $300 or $400. I know a lot of VTubers use them and they look really cool. And I would really love to try them out one of these days, but that was like just not an option. They're really expensive. But maybe someday. I also really want to use the 3D to play fitness boxing, Miku Fitness Boxing. I've been seeing a lot of people stream this. I have not streamed it, but I have played it a lot. So, maybe look forward to a Miku boxing stream coming up. Like, I think that this would be really fun to use for those kinds of streams, like Miku boxing, maybe like Ring Fit, that kind of stuff, like fitness games. VR chat, I would love to use this in VR chat for like some different maybe collabs in games and stuff. Especially I know a lot of creators are hosting these sort of like VR chat events. Like I know Carrie did a concert, Nyaru's doing like a big meet and greet. Like people, VTubers use VR chat for all kinds of cool stuff and collabs, and I would love to be a part of that now that I've got a nice 3D model. And also YouTube Shorts. Do expect to see some YouTube Shorts with the 3D model, just like goofing around, just like goofy, silly stuff for the algorithm, for Algorithm-san. They probably won't be that high effort, but I feel like I should be making more shorts. Ugh. I hate making shorts. I hate it. But I will do it. Then some potential other ideas, yeah, collabs, like maybe if people want to do more like 3D collabs. Being silly, that's definitely gonna happen. Oh, hi, Milk thank you so much. And 30 years in 3D debut, thank you. And happy anniversary to you. If you guys don't know, Choco Milk Tea had an anniversary the other day. I was not able to make it, but it seemed like a good time. Maybe skits or videos. I know we have like holograms, stuff like that. Like maybe I would like to maybe make some little skits, like maybe like some little animations and stuff. I don't know how difficult that would be, but I definitely want to look into it because I think it would be fun. Maybe even like lore related. I think it's just a good tool to have in my pocket, you know, for the future, for whatever I decide to do with it. And new outfits. The nice thing about 3D is new outfits are so easy. It's so easy to add new outfits to a 3D model. It's like a click of a button. So I would love to maybe even commission like a new outfit or make one myself or find some more free ones online. So, you know, maybe expect to see 3D Amanda or 3D Manda in some different outfits. You know, it's super easy. It's hairstyles too. Like, one of these days I really am just gonna have like a dress up stream where I'm just gonna try a bunch of different outfits and stuff. I think it'll be fun. Anything else? That's the end of my presentation. If you guys have any questions about the 3D, I would definitely try to answer them to the best of my abilities, but that's sort of all the tips. I had a really good time putting this together. I learned a lot, and I think I gained a lot of valuable knowledge and skills about a whole nother side of VTubing that I'm not really an expert in, right? So it was a really interesting glimpse into a whole nother skill set, because people are so good at this stuff. There's like a whole sub community of people doing like cool 3D stuff. How long was the overall process? A couple of weeks for sure. I think. So I announced the stream about 2 weeks ago. I think at the point that I announced it, I've been working on it for a week and a half. So like, I would say 3.5 weeks in total. You know, like working around like my regular life, like going to work and stuff. But yeah, I would say about 3.5 weeks. I didn't feel like rushed or anything, but it was a pretty quick turnaround. I know I mentioned that I was kind of struggling this year to think of something special to do for my anniversary. I think just because I've just had such a busy last couple of months that anything big that I was going to do, like, I was thinking maybe a new outfit. It was just not feasible for me to do a 12-hour stream again. I was almost thinking maybe like I don't know, just like a special like karaoke or merch or something. And I was just like running out of time for anything like that. And then I had this idea and I was like, I think I can do that, mostly because I really committed to doing it all myself. The problem with doing a new outfit or merch or something like that is that it would have required me to get in touch with my rigger or a company or something like that. And I didn't want to rush anyone else. So the closer that the anniversary got, the less options I had, because I wasn't really able to work with anyone else. Because I would never contact my rigger and be like, I need my model in 2 weeks. Like, that's pretty unreasonable. And so I was like, what's something I can do that's going to be really special and I can do all by myself? And I settled on the 3D, and I was very determined. I was like, I'm not commissioning stuff. I'm going to do this myself. Even though it'll probably be scuffed, and maybe it could be better, or definitely could be better if I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars commissioning professional artists. I thought, you know what, I'm scrappy, I'm a DIY tuber, I make my own models, I make my own overlays, I make my own lore videos, there are very, very few things in my streaming career that I have commissioned. I mostly make it myself or use free assets. So I was like, you know what, it's DIY time, it's go time. I'm going to put this together in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to do the very, very best I can. And I was really happy with how it turned out. Can I show you the model in program? What do you mean in program? In Vroid or in Warudo? I can show you this. I'll make it bigger. This is like a screenshot of what it looks like kind of on the other end, on the back end. One second. Bring to front. So this is what it sort of looks like on the back end. It looks pretty similar to the final results that you saw. Just it has a reticle that shows where whatever asset you have selected is. Warudo actually mostly operates in like this separate sub menu. Let me see if you can see this. You can kind of see it like in the grayed out. I'm like fucking around with this. You can kind of see it in this the grayed out part of this screenshot. But when you open the program, it actually opens like 2 windows. So it opens a window that's basically like a camera view that shows you whatever the audience will see, and then it opens this big window that has all of your settings and controls and poses and everything. So I'm actually working in 2 windows when I was running the stream. That's why if you ever saw me kind of looking down, I was looking at like the control panel instead of the camera view. So that's what it looks like on my end. And then I also have like that. This stream was so hard, honestly, like while I was doing it, because I was juggling so moving the camera was in this window, everything else was in this window. Then I also had an OBS window and like a YouTube window. It was a lot. I was so tired afterwards. And then also I had Discord because I was having call-ins. I was just like, oh. So, you know, it could have been smoother, I think. But I did my best. I did my very best. Yeah, any other questions about my 3D stream? But I feel like this stream has been kind of dry and not that exciting, but I just did a lot of fucking around with a lot of different programs. That's how I did it. While you guys think, if you have any other questions, I really did want to show you guys one more thing, if I can find it. I just want to thank you guys for, of course, not only all the support on the 3D, but for 1,500 subscribers. Thank you so much. That was my next big goal. It's crazy that I hit it. I actually hit it during the 3D debut, which was so crazy. It's just such a great night, you know, like, I'm gonna remember it forever, for a long time. So thank you so much. I have to draw the Dakimakura with my new model. Good to know what motivates you freaks. You absolute sickos. But thank you so much. And then it was fun because I used my 3D model for the screenshot. Yay! Thank you so much. That's really cool. I almost feel like I should be doing something to celebrate, but it's like I just celebrated my 3rd anniversary. I don't have any more celebration ideas. The next 3D stream will be at 1 million subscribers. How about that? I'm kidding. The next 3D stream will be whenever I decide it is. Yeah, there are not really any more questions. I'll link these tutorials somewhere so you guys can actually click on them. But they were very helpful. Looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm thinking about getting it started soon. I just have to actually buy the game for $60, so... I just wish those games would go on sale, you know? It's like, it's been out for a couple of years. Any other game, if it had been out for this many years, the price would drop at some point. Like, I could wait for a summer sale or something. I don't like to pay full price for games that aren't brand fucking new. I don't like to pay full price for games that are new, but I do it. Stop. Yeah, I guess let's move over here. Hello. Oh, I'm really close over here. Take my time, no pressure. Yeah. Okay, let me move in this. Burp, burp, burp. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take my time. Honestly, I quite want to play it. I really do. God, this is like always fucked. I really want to play it. I'm very excited though. I've heard nothing but good things, except from one person I know who doesn't like it, but it really seems to be the outlier. So, I did want to ask you guys to do me a favor though. Which is, if you took any screenshots Or, oh, why is Discord running? Hello? How do I get that out of here? I don't know why that was there, but, if you took any screenshots or clips or anything of the 3D debut, please send them to me on Discord or Twitter or something. I really want to see them, and maybe even, like, make, like, a little compilation sort of thing for people to see if they missed the stream, because it is a long stream to scrub through. So I would owe you forever if you have any clips or screenshots from the 3D debut that you would like to share with people who weren't able to be there. If there's anything that you thought was kind of a standout moment. And no, I don't mean like a panties compilation, okay? I just mean like actual good moments. I worked on some clips in my spare time. Yeah, there's a limit on Discord. I also, like, if you guys really want, I could set up like a Google Drive or something for people to send stuff to. Or you could also make the clips like on YouTube and then send them. I don't know what the limit on that. Like, those are the only screenshots I took. Of my panties? What is wrong with you? You know what? I don't even care if that's the truth. You don't have to tell me. Like, okay, some thoughts are inside thoughts. If you only took screenshots of my panties, just keep that to yourself. I don't need to hear it. What the fuck? I don't know if I really have any screenshots. I took like some screenshots before the stream. Like, here's this one, which is actually like, I do believe this is the one in the thumbnail. Or maybe it's another one. Maybe it's, I took these two with these like preset poses, and I was gonna use them for the thumbnail. But I think I ended up using a different one, actually. Yeah. That's about it. I have a lot of video clips. I have like a lot of video recordings. Like a lot of, it's a sort of like test footage. I thought about putting maybe some of it in here if you guys wanted to see it, but it's very awkward. It's just me like being like, hello, here's my 3D. And then a lot of it is just kind of like a sound test. Here, what's it? What is this? Yeah, there's just a lot of footage of me like fucking around. Actually, I can show you guys something kind of interesting if you want to see. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I can't show you this. That's my face. I'll just tell you about it. I initially was going to try to use this other program, because it had, like, full body tracking just using my phone. Like, if I set my phone up so it could see my whole body, it would do tracking, and it was like, oh, wait, maybe I can show you this. Okay, I'll show you this clip real quick.
Deactivated the leg tracking, so now...
Yeah, I'll turn off the sound. But this is like a program called like 3D Pose or something that I was gonna try to use. And as you can see, it has much better arm tracking. It has much, much better arm tracking. And so I was thinking about using this one, but it was like, it was this really outdated software made by this one guy, and I also couldn't figure out how to get face and arm tracking going on at the same time. So I think when I do boxing, I'm going to use this program, because it actually it has a, like, this is pretty good, right? Like, this is pretty impressive tracking for using just my phone, but it just wasn't getting my face at all. And it also was just really limited in what it could do. Like, this is all the program could do. It was just face tracking, like, on a PNG image. You couldn't, like, import environments or change the lighting or make, like, use preloaded animations. It was just that. It was a really bare bones program. So I didn't end up going with that one, but I might use it for Miku Boxing. But I was pretty impressed by it. For another free program without any need for hardware. So that was pretty cool. you guys get up to today? Now that we're done talking 3D, I spent like my whole day making cake balls. Okay, here's the thing. Have you ever made cake balls before? Honest question. Answer in chat and answer in the comments. Have you guys ever made cake balls? Making cake balls actually takes like fucking forever. It's like it's very time intensive, but only in the waiting part. Because like you have to bake a cake, which takes like 45 minutes. You have to bake a cake. Then you have to take the cake out and let it cool. Then you have to mix the cake with frosting, and then you have to let that chill in the fridge. And then you have to make the balls, and then you have to let those chill in the freezer. And then you have to cover them in chocolate, and then you have to chill it with the chocolate on. So it takes like all day to make cake balls, but it's mostly waiting. How bum is that? It took forever. They're actually in the freezer right now, covered with chocolate, and I'm waiting for them to cool. Yeah, it was a lot of effort. The thing is, so my internship is at this place that has a Starbucks in the lobby, and I've been falling very intensely victim to the Starbucks cake pops. Like every day at like 3 o'clock, I start wanting a Starbucks cake pop, and then I go downstairs to the Starbucks and get a Starbucks cake pop, and it's starting to get expensive. So I was like, okay, I'll make my own cake balls. I make my own cake balls, and then I can make them in a really big batch. So I made like maybe like 30 cake balls. I made a bunch of cake balls, and they stay good for a while because you keep them in the freezer. So I'm gonna start taking my own cake. I'm gonna start making my own cake balls, so I don't gonna go buy them from Starbucks. And then I can also like share them with like, I made a lot, so I can share them with like my roommate, my friends and stuff. Yeah, so that was my plan. Just stick it to the big corporations. Like, haha, big corporations, I'm making my own cake pop by buying Betty Crocker's cake mix and frosting. Because Betty Crocker's definitely isn't a big corporation. It's not really because of that. It's just, I also just thought it would be fun. It's kind of fun. And mine are, you know, maybe I'll post a picture or something. They're not pretty. They're not pretty, but they will taste good. Yeah. And whenever I make baked goods, like I live like alone, right? Like it's me and my roommate. So whenever I make baked goods, like if I make a batch of brownies or a batch of cookies or something, it's like most recipes that you follow online are for like a family. They're for moms to follow to make a batch of cookies for their husband and kids, you know? So whenever I follow the recipe, I end up with like 50 cookies, which is way more than I can eat by myself. So then like I'll share with my roommate or my sister or whoever else is in the house. That's why I like to make stuff that stays good for a long time, because I end up like, when I first moved out of like college housing and started like being in charge of my own meals and stuff, I was throwing away a lot of food because I was cooking way too much for one person, because I'd be following all these online recipes that were made for families, and I'd cook way too much, and then it would go bad before I could eat it all, and I'd have to throw it away, and it felt super wasteful. So now I'm always looking to make recipes that stay good in the fridge for a long time, or the freezer, or that are in like smaller quantities. Wife material. I didn't say the food was good. I didn't say the food was good, just that I made a lot of it. It's not that good. I do not like my own cooking. I gotta eat it. I am clean though. I'm not a good cook though. I'm really not, okay? I cook out of necessity, not out of passion or skill. Have I ever made peanut butter bars? I have not. I'm not the biggest fan of peanut butter. I do like it, but it's not like my favorite thing in the world. I also like, the problem with me is I would always rather make a baked good or a dessert than like a meal, but I need to eat more meals than desserts. So like I I need to find recipes for real food, not just baked goods, okay? Those are easy to find. It's easy to find baked goods recipe that appeal to me. It's not easy to find recipes for real food that appeal to me. Because I'm such a picky eater. There's so many things that I won't eat. Oh. Like, if a recipe has, like, I don't know, peas or cabbage or whatever, like something that I don't eat, I'm instantly like, nope, can't make that. Which is most recipes for real food made for adults. I eat a lot of rice. Like, I make rice and then I just put whatever I have on top of it. So I make rice and then I'll put chicken on it. I make rice and then I'll put fish on it. I make rice and then I'll put nothing on it. Sometimes I just eat rice. Or I put pork on it. Like, stuff like that. Like, I kind of just make... That's why usually what I do is on the weekends I make, like, a big tub of rice. And then I get some chicken or something. I'm probably gonna make chicken tomorrow. I'm gonna, like, cook up a bunch of chicken and then have it for the week. And also, like, I bought chicken, like, I don't know what it's called. Like, when it's smaller things of chicken. It's not like chicken, the whole breast. It's like chicken... I don't know, it's like sliced chicken, and then I made half of it. I cooked half of it, and now I have the other half to cook, and I have to cook it before it goes bad. So I'm probably gonna cook chicken tomorrow. In case you guys wonder what exciting things I get up to when I'm not streaming, I'm gonna cook chicken. That's it. I'm gonna cook chicken. I'm gonna cook chicken and play video games and sleep, probably. Can't beat a Sunday roast. A Sunday roast. Don't get college student scurvy. The thing with me is I don't think I can get college student scurvy because my diet before I went to college was already kind of college student-esque because I don't eat vegetables. So, like, if I was gonna get scurvy or something, I would have it by now. I think I'm immune. I eat fruit, which has vitamins. I eat fruit and I take multivitamins. I take, like, vegetable replacement vitamins. Pollo. Yeah. Actually, I made, last week, I made, chicken, I made, like, fettuccine alfredo with chicken, and it was really good. I can't believe I never thought to make it before. Because, I'm really craving it for some reason. For some reason, last week, all I wanted was fettuccine alfredo with chicken. I was like, I want fettuccine alfredo with chicken so bad, so I ordered some on DoorDash, but it was pretty expensive. And I was like, I bet I can make this, and I just bought, like, you can just buy Alfredo sauce at the store. So I just bought fettuccine and Alfredo and chicken. It takes 3 ingredients, and I made it myself. It was pretty easy. As a pasta, yeah, it's pasta. Fettuccine. Fettuccine. I cook the pasta. I cook the fettuccine alfredo con pollo. And I really liked it. It was good. It was good, and it also made, like, a lot of servings, so I didn't have to eat it. Spending all their money on alcohol and ramen and getting scurvy. Okay, well, you don't have to worry about me, especially in freshman year. In freshman year, I was not drinking alcohol. I wasn't partying. I was in my room depressed every day. No, it's actually crazy, because, like, I didn't drink a lot. I didn't drink ever, really, freshman year, because I don't think, like, college students, they aren't really drinking alone. They're drinking at parties and stuff. I never went to parties, so I never drank. But then when I went home that winter break, and I was so depressed, that was like the most depressed I'd ever been. My freshman year was horrible. I went home for that winter break where my parents have alcohol in the house, and I never ever, like, gone into my parents' alcohol, like, liquor cabinet and been drinking their alcohol. But that year, I was so depressed. I drank, like, in my house by myself the whole winter break. It was really depressing. That was, like, the most Manhera I've ever gotten. That was right before I had to go to the fake word. Just dropping some lore. But, like, if you guys did want, I usually kind of save these for the members streams, but, like, yeah, we're chill like that. If you guys want a Manhera update, I'm actually doing pretty well in, like, the mental illness department. Like, I've been doing really good for the last couple of months, actually. I don't know if you guys can tell. My parents say they notice a difference. I've actually been doing really good. So, you know, my Manhera days are behind me. I am no longer Manhera. I am now normal and mentally well. Thank you for coming. I'm now graduating. I'm graduating as a VTuber because you can't be a VTuber if you're not Manhera. And now that I've fixed my mental illness, I will be graduating. Thank you. Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, you know, it's been good. It's weird, you know, the last couple of months have actually been, like, the happiest I've been in, like, maybe, like, 7 years or something. It's, like, the happiest I've been since I was in high school. It's really crazy. It's a crazy feeling. Like, I feel like, oh yeah, do not show Phase Connect this clip. Do not show Phase Connect a video of me saying I fixed my mental health. If you're a Phase Connect recruiter, I am mentally ill. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know if any of you guys have had this experience, and I genuinely do hope that you haven't. But if you've been depressed for a very, very long time, like, you get to a point where you can't even remember what it's like to not be depressed, right? Like, you can't even remember what it's like to not wake up and just be miserable every day. And so when you kind of break out of that and you start feeling better again, it feels crazy. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, I can't remember the last time I wasn't miserable every day. It feels weird. It's like you're not living your own life. It's like, who am I right now? What is going on? But in a good way. In a good way. Yeah, not to get sappy on you, but if you're going through a hard time, or if your whole life has been a hard time, it sounds tacky, but unfortunately it does get better. And unfortunately you do have to, like, exercise and talk to people and do things. But it's worth it, I promise. I know it seems really hard. When you're really depressed, it's, like, borderline impossible to go out and try to fix your life. But I believe in you. You'll get there. You'll get there, and you'll, you know, slowly but surely. It's a slow journey, and I'm definitely not at the end of my journey. I probably never will be. I think your mental health is, like, a lifelong journey. I don't think you ever reach the end of fixing your mental health. But that doesn't mean that it's not worth doing, you know? The only good thing I have coming is I'll start substitute teaching near the end of August. Well, that's not true, because I'm going to be streaming again on Tuesday, so look forward to that. Okay, I say that as a joke, but, like, I definitely have been, like, my favorite streamer streaming, or a debut or a big event or something has been something to look forward to. If you feel like there's nothing to look forward to, you could always look forward to that. Didn't you guys know that the treatment for mental illness is actually me? That's very cool that you're gonna be a substitute teacher, though. That's kind of a thankless job. I've had some experiences with substitute teachers. Has streaming helped me talk to others IRL? I don't know if it's helped me talk to people IRL, because I just think that streaming is so different from holding a conversation with someone in real life. Even though they're both talking, they're not really comparable in terms of how you should approach that interaction. Like, the interaction between a streamer and chat is so different from talking to a person. But it has made me happier. Like, I have a really good time when I stream. And, like, having a good time and being happy helps you interact with people. But I wouldn't say that streaming is similar to talking to people. In fact, it's very different. It's like talking at people, and people generally don't like that. They don't like to be talked at. They like to be talked to, if that makes sense. But I definitely have a good time doing it, which is valuable in and of itself. So there's that. Unless you count, like, when I went to Off-Kai Expo and talked to other VTubers IRL, in which case, yeah, that was good. Sorry, I'm tired. But, like, if you are socially anxious or you have a hard time talking to people and you're thinking about becoming a streamer, I definitely would try it out, because I think it just helps you, it can help you be more comfortable with, like, the sound of your own voice. Not literally, but, like, it helps you just be better at talking, at least a little bit. And it's also just a lot of fun if you find that it is something for you. I know it's not for everyone, but if you find that it's something that brings you enjoyment, I think anything that makes you happy will improve how you interact with others, because other people can pick up on, like, your energy, for lack of a better word. Like, when you talk to someone who's, like, really depressed, you can kind of feel that, right? Like, you can feel when someone is going through a hard time a little bit. Like, you can just kind of tell. I have a hard time putting it into words, but people pick up on that when you're really miserable. And sometimes it makes you really difficult to talk to. And so anything that brings you happiness, whether it's streaming or doing art or doing any hobby, anything that brings you happiness makes you a better conversationalist, makes you nicer to interact with. Like, people want to talk to people who are passionate about their life and have something that they're into, even if you don't really talk about that thing. It's just good. It's good for your mental health, and better mental health is good for talking to people. It's not good if you have a dry mouth, though, because it'll make you really thirsty, like I am right now. I'm sorry that I'm, like, gulping water on this stream. I don't know what's with me. Maybe it's like you ever reach the end of the day and realize you're dehydrated. Maybe I haven't been drinking water today. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You have a great streamer voice. Oh, thank you. Here's the video I posted on you had the best Texan award. I did see that. I think that you picked a really good clip of that stream. That was funny. I honestly feel like those two streams of whatever it was, fuck, I forgot the El Paso Elsewhere were, like, pretty good streams, and I think that they're a little bit underwatched. I wish more people would watch them. It's a really fun game. I know the second one wasn't really my best stream, and it's like 7 hours long, but it's a fun game. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say about my 3D. It was just, like, I got so much more, like, support on it than I could have ever hoped for. It was so nice. It meant so much to me. I went to bed that night, like, so happy. I was like, they like me. They really like me. I went over, like, so much better than I could have imagined. I was so happy. Anytime I do a big stream like that, I get so worried that no one's gonna show up and that I'm gonna embarrass myself by having worked so hard. So I was happy. I was very happy. You know, like, I got a couple of, like, messages and comments and stuff that were like, wow, 3 years, you're really dedicated. And it's like, I wouldn't be this dedicated without you guys, without my friends, without the people who have helped me along the way, even those that are gone now. Not gone like dead, but gone like they don't really make content anymore, they graduated or something. Like, I wouldn't have been here for 3 years without anyone watching, even though, like, it's like, you know, I'm a small streamer, I pay attention to the names in chat, and I've definitely seen people come and go. Like, people who watched me 3 years ago definitely lost interest at some point, and that's okay. But there's always been someone. And even if you watched me once 3 years ago, and I never saw you again, like, you've been a part of the journey, you know? You're a part of... You're kind of like a little bit a part of me, you know? You're a little bit a part of what I do here. Anyone who's watched, like, even a single second of my streams is, like... I appreciate it so much. Especially, like, I am a long time internet brain rot girly, right? Like, I've spent so much time on the internet. I know exactly how much there is pulling your attention. I know how many pink-haired gamer girlies are vying for your attention. I know how many anime girls are out there. So, like, the fact that anyone chose to spend their time watching me instead of not even like instead of someone else, like, in competition, but just I know you have so many options of things and people, amazing things and amazing people to fill your time. So the fact that you took the time to watch me is kind of crazy. So like, I appreciate it. And, like, I think when people complain about numbers, like, oh, I only have 10 viewers, I only have 5 viewers, I only have whatever viewers, it's like, those are people, right? Like, yeah, it's not a lot of people, and I totally sympathize with wanting more viewers, but those 5 viewers are still people who took time out of their lives to be with you, doing something that you love, hopefully. So, like, I try not to take it for granted. That's why I get kind of miffed when I see people complaining about viewership. It's like, those are human beings. Even if, like, people complain, like, oh, the only people who watch my streams are my friends. It's like, okay, and? I'm gonna clip this moment. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. I don't know. I just think in the internet rat race, it's really easy to get caught up in numbers and get so desensitized and be like, just look at a number on a screen. I'm like, I have 5 viewers, I have 10 viewers, I have whatever viewers. But it's just like, just try to think of them as people. I think that's like my biggest tip for, like, streamer mental health, is try not to think of your numbers as just numbers, you know? Because that's how you're gonna not only, like, disrespect your audience, but also make yourself depressed. Because the numbers always feel bigger when you remember that they're people. I'm just someone who found you randomly from recommendations. Huh. I feel like I've been in more people's recommendations lately, which I guess is good. Like, don't misconstrue my appreciation of every viewer as me, like, not wanting channel growth. Like, of course I want more people to watch. I think that's just natural, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate each and every person, you know? And maybe I'm just not, like, I'm not, like, CEO algorithm maxing brains like some people, and I'm sure I could be more successful if I wasn't so sentimental and I just grinded numbers like crazy, but that's not what I'm about, you know? If you want a positive story, a few months ago I found a 1 view who's been doing this since 2018. She suddenly graduated and turned up in a new corpo and is now a 3 view. Wow. That's pretty cool. I wonder who you're talking about. I genuinely don't know. I can't keep track of all the corpos, like, past lives and stuff. Like, I know a lot of them are really widely known, and a lot of them, some of them have really caught me off guard. Like, to turn on a debut stream and recognize the voice is kind of a fun feeling. But yeah, you know, it's really great when people get their recognition from a company that they want to be a part of, regardless of numbers. And I don't think a lot of companies do that. I think a lot of companies, especially bigger ones, they don't even give a shit unless you're popular. Raven Manor. I don't know who that is. Yeah, there's so many VTubers. Like, corporations keep pumping out, like, loads of VTubers. I'm like, oh, I can't keep up with all you people. But yeah, there've been, like, I want to say, like, 2 or 3 corporate VTubers debuted in the last the last year or so, where I've been really caught off guard by the voice. I've been like, whoa, I know you. Like, sometimes they're like people I've talked to, actually. I'm like, whoa, I know who you are. And it's like, some of them are like agency adopts that like I can say that I know, like T from Lucid and like stuff like that. Explode. How about you say hello? Permission to name her? I guess you can name her. I don't know. I guess, what are we talking about? Past? You can name the past life, I guess. I don't want people to go around like spreading the past lives of current corporate VTubers on here. Like, there are other spaces you can do that, I guess. I don't really need to be like facilitating past life discussion. That's not really any of my business. You can give the past life name. People can look into it if they want. But yeah. Yeah, it is cool to recognize someone. Yeah, there've been, I'm thinking of like a couple of people specifically. I'm like honestly, like, okay, I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but when I was at Off-Kai Expo, I talked to some people who had like some insider info on a couple of things, and it was like really kind of mind-blowing, like the stuff that goes on behind the scenes with corpo stuff and like upcoming stuff. I was like, first of all, I don't even know where these people are getting this information. I'm like, how do you even know that? But like, I'm privy to some things, alright? You guys don't even know. I'm full of knowledge. But it's kind of interesting. The Off-Kai Expo is really funny because you just be talking to someone, like, you just be having a normal conversation, like a normal human conversation, because you're talking to face. Then they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm joining this corpo, and I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I heard about some crazy stuff going on behind the scenes, honestly. Kind of nuts. In my past life, I was a warmonger. What? What does that mean? Oh, bello. Rebecca. It's really funny. I saw one time on the Face Connect Discord that someone was asking who I was, because I guess people were talking about me once. Like, people were like, oh, Amanda's streaming or something. And then, someone went like, is Amanda a past life? I was like, no, I'm not a Face Connect past life. Maybe one day I'll be a Face Connect past life. That'd be funny. It's crazy to like think about yourself as a past life. Like, what if one day I'm not here? Rather not share the past life? Yep, don't do it then. I'm not here to pressure you. Whatever. And then it's interesting, like, now I feel like so many people have like returned to their past lives. Like, I'm sure you guys know who, like, some of the people I'm talking about who have like left a corporation and then gone back to their past life, and it's like, it's just like a weird vibe, you know? You'd be like, wow. And they're back, and like they're back like it never happened. Like, you'll look at their, you'll go look at their channel, and it's like graduation stream, and then like a year later it's like I'm back stream, and it's like, wow, I wonder what they were doing for a year. Don't leave us for a startup corpo. It would have to be the right corpo. Like, a startup. I would have to really believe in a startup. That's tricky. You know, it's hard. It's very hard, I think, to like know how a company is gonna be before they even like have a debut. Like, you want to make sure, I said, they have like good people behind them. I know there's been like a couple companies that have kind of come out of the woodwork and been pretty successful. Or at least like medium successful. There was like Pixel Link and like what's the other one? Like V4 Mirai and stuff, who's like they're startups, but they seem to have like some know-how behind them. Pixel Link, I feel like has kind of been popping off, like a little bit. Like I really like some of the members of their new generation. They're really cute. I do feel like they kind of just like cash in on like hiring really big model artists, and then everyone's like, oh, it's Pippa's sister, or they had one who was like the same model artist as like Enna from Vigisanji. It's like they just hire like really big artists, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it's a good way to get people talking and get eyes on you. Is like when people see a model that looks like something they recognize, it kind of entices them. So I've got no problem with that. Like I can't say I'm above it. Like I definitely was like enticed to watch the new girl because she shares a model artist with Pippa. I was like, yeah, why not? Like, it's good. Yeah, it's a branch of Brave Group, yeah. They didn't come out of nowhere. Yeah. They kind of came out of nowhere, like, as a brand. Brave Group is so weird to me. Like, I don't... It's like a VTuber company that has, like, 100 different companies. Right? Like, I don't fully understand it. I guess it has, like, a bunch... It has, like, some talents, then it has, like, 2 or 3 different companies, because, like... Yeah, I don't fully get it, but good for them. You know what I haven't even talked about is that there was new HoloLive English members. I watched their debuts. They didn't, like, super interest me. I don't know. It's like, whatever. Like, Niji Sachims have new ways, it's new corpos. That's such a weird approach to be like, let me just invent a new company right now. The bubble burst on shitty startups. Now VTubers are talking to each other about red flags. And he said she talked to some other people before joining. I hope she did. That's really good. I think that it's weird. Like, it's not weird, but I think a big thing that sets VTubing apart from, like, other industries and really, like, gets to its reputation of having, like, really shitty companies is the anonymity and secrecy. Like, in other fields, people talk about their experiences at companies, like, publicly or with other people, or, like, with other employees. But in VTubing, a lot of it is, like, a weird secret, so people don't talk to each other, and that's how you end up with these, like, black companies being so successful, is because no one's willing to talk about what's wrong there. So, I'm very glad that she felt like she was able to talk to other VTubers before joining. Yeah. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I've actually, the closest I've gotten to some companies, there were, 2, where I got to, like, a second interview, or, like a second phase. And, neither of those are now companies I would want to join, I think. No more lore than that, but, yeah, you know. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of success with companies. I also don't try very often. Like, now I really wait for the right opportunities to come up if it's something I really, really want to be a part of, but I'm not actively vying to be in a company right now. You know. I'm happy where I am. I think that things are going pretty well for me. I mean, obviously, like, I'm no huge famous icon, but I'm chilling. You know, you guys and me, we're hanging out. We're chilling, it's fine. But being in a company just sounds like so much work. I don't know, not that being an indie isn't so much work, but it just adds, like, another layer. Like, I don't know, I don't want to, like, go to meetings. That's the thing that scares me, is whenever I hear corporate VTubers talk about going to meetings with their managers, it's like, I wonder what they're talking about. Like, what's the vibe at a VTuber meeting? Must be weird. Remember Haven X? I do remember Haven X because I still talk to Rosa all the time. That was weird. I just remember making fun of that. Which is just, I think about that a lot because, what was I saying? Because, I was just really thinking about, like, how far I've come, like, the irony. Like, when, in, like, 2020 or 2021, or when they were doing Haven X and they were doing this, like, NFT VTuber company, I was making so much fun of it. I was like, oh my god, metaverse idols. This is the stupidest thing ever. And now, like, I talk to one of them all the time, and I'm like, it's just crazy. It's crazy how things work out. Life is crazy like that, you know? Like, it's crazy. I thought when she came back. Anya says Punko is a secret. Anya's account is still very new. She's rebuilding her numbers. A lot of her previous subscribers were inactive viewers. That's true, yeah. I was surprised that it was her in Idol, but she seems happy, so that's good. But yeah, I was surprised. And I guess it's like you were saying, a lot of her subscribers weren't active viewers, but I would still have a hard time abandoning, like, a channel with that many subscribers. Like, she was doing really well. But, you know, I guess I'm not in that position. I've never been in the position of having that many subscribers. Yeah. But I'm glad that she seems to be doing well. Yeah. And then also, where are the other ones? Oh, Chica Fuji, Lisa. Lisa, I've always really liked Lisa, so, you know, I'm glad that she seems to be doing well, also. Yeah, I'm definitely a Lisa enjoyer. Actually, did I get a Lisa? Let me look at my book. Did I get a Lisa card at Off-Kai Expo? I made a scrapbook with a lot of stuff. I did. I got a Lisa card at Off-Kai Expo. I was really happy about it. Now, you know what else I have? I have a Abby Kadabra card, which is like a rare item. It's like the day after, like a few days after I got this card, she graduated. So, you know, good for her. I say good for her because she said that the reason she graduated was because she got, like, some kind of real-life opportunity, so I'm gonna miss her. I really liked Abby. Yeah, oh god, I genuinely don't remember the third member of the new Idol thing. I don't know who she is. It wasn't anyone I had, like, really heard of. Yeah, Doki Bird and Maid Man. Yeah. Did you guys see that VShojo has opened auditions again? Is anyone buying that? I think, like, all the talents were immediately like, it doesn't matter if you're our friend or if you have a lot of followers. Like, we want anyone. I'm like, I don't believe you, honestly. Like, can you imagine, like, a 1 view or a 2 view VTuber, like, joining VShojo with a new model? Like, can you imagine them just debuting a VTuber that's, like, a regular kind of corporate VTuber where they don't talk about past lives and stuff? I don't really think that would happen. I don't know. I'm not, like, the biggest VShojo fan. I don't really have any, like, problems with it, but, like, I don't really buy that their auditions are worth too much. Yeah. Like, it does seem to me that they're hiring their friends and well-known sort of indies and, or, you know, they're debuting quote-unquote new talents. Yeah, they don't really use YouTube. They wanted to scout someone, they wouldn't have opened auditions. I guess. And UK was going on, but you are so cute. Ah, thank you. We're just chatting about, like, VTuber stuff. We're talking about, like, the shoujo auditions. Yeah. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I guess they wouldn't open auditions if they just knew who they wanted to hire, but I also can't see them just hiring, like, a rando. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to go in a new direction. I don't know. I'm not VShojo. I don't work there. Unless, maybe I do work there. I'm kidding. Henya, yeah, she's very cute. VShojo has some models that I really, really like. But yeah, like, I don't know who said it. Orion, maybe. I don't watch VShojo much because I don't like Twitch. I do not like Twitch one bit. I don't enjoy that website. Would it be bad to apply just for the heck of it? I mean, no, it's definitely not bad. Like, it's not like you're going to be losing anything except for your time. Like, it definitely, like, takes effort to audition. But that's the only thing you're going to lose. Like, if they never get back to you, what have you lost? Nothing. I'm echoing? I don't... Wait, you guys would tell me if I have reverb on, right? I don't have reverb on? Have I been echoing the whole time? Do you guys ever tell me shit? Wait, okay, tell me if it stops. Oh, I just started echoing. That's really weird. That's super weird. I haven't changed anything. I'm like double audio? What? I have no idea what I just did. I have no idea what I didn't change anything. Is that better? I didn't touch anything, I swear. What? I have double sources in OBS for audio. I shouldn't. Oh. I do. I swear I'm so good at streaming. After 3 years. Does that sound better or worse? Does it sound okay? Does it sound good? As always, I've been playing with my audio a lot. I never have good audio. Okay. Alright, well, let me ask you guys something. Does this sound better? Or does this sound better? Or do they sound the same? Interesting. Oh well. I realized that my audio on my like singing parts of the stream yesterday sounded really bad. Senna says she wants an unknown. It's almost guaranteed that they'll be getting at least one. Okay. I don't know, like I said, I really don't know much about VShojo or like its culture. You thought it was my singing? No, I mean, the singing was definitely bad, but it was also like the audio was bad. Like it can be, both of those things can be true. I tried my best, okay? Leave me alone. I was annoyed because I actually practiced those 2 songs, like, a lot. Like, over the past couple days. Like, I practiced them a lot. And then right before the stream, my throat started hurting. Like, my throat started getting scratchy. And then I streamed for 2 hours, so I talked for 2 hours straight. And then I tried to sing, and I think I could have done better, but you live and you learn. Trolls karaoke. I can do Trolls karaoke. I don't mind if the world spins faster, the music's louder, the waves get stronger. I don't mind if the world spins faster, faster, faster. Just let me take you to a better place. I'm gonna make you kiss the sky tonight. I love Trolls. Yeah, you know, I feel like I could have done better on the singing, but, you know, it is what it is. I might head out soon, you guys. I'm a little sleepy. But if anyone else has any more questions about the stream, the 3D stream, or I guess anything in general, now's your chance. Encore. Encore of what? Another thing, I will say one more thing about the 3D debut that I don't know if anyone noticed was that the instrumental audio for Maze of Life was a little bit weird. And the reason for that is I actually cut that audio together myself because of like a really weird quirk of the song. So the thing is that Maze of Life has 3 versions. There's 3 different cuts of Maze of Life. There's the one that's the opening theme for the game, which is about 1.5 minutes. There's the full version, which is about 4 minutes. And then there's the version for Dancing All Night, which is like 3 minutes. And the only one that's compatible with the dance number is the one from Dancing All Night, because that's what it's for. So I needed the instrumentals of the 3-minute version, but only the instrumentals for the 1.5 minute version and the 4-minute version were available online. So I cut together the 3-minute version myself, which is why it sounded kind of whacked and maybe the timing was a little off because I'm not an audio engineer. But that's my bespoke instrumental audio because I could not find instrumentals for specifically the Dancing All Night cut of the song. So that's just a little fun fact, a little trivia. Another little, wow, Amanda, you work so hard. You work so hard cutting together custom audio just so that your song works. You can definitely hear it if you listen back. If you listen back, you can definitely hear right where the splice is because it gets louder in the middle of the song. I don't know, like that seems like an easy fix. I should have balanced the audio better, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Miss submitting something for your anniversary stream? I mean, you're more than welcome to send it to me on Twitter or Discord. I would love to see it. Yeah, everyone said such nice things for my anniversary, except for the person that sent my own drawing. That was weird. Yeah. If there's nothing else about the 3D stream, I'm gonna start winding down the stream. Should we find a raid? Did I unlist older streams? There definitely are some that I unlisted, for sure. Not like because I'm trying to hide anything, there's just some that I think are like really bad. Then the other thing is there's a couple of streams I unlisted because I want to do them again, if that makes sense. Like I really like the idea, but I think that I did a bad job, so I want to revisit the concept, and I don't want to have like the same stream twice on my channel. So yeah, some of them are unlisted, some of them are just gone. Don't ask about them. Some of them are deleted. Who should we raid into? What do you guys think? Anyone live right now? Can't find 1.0 debut. If by 1.0 you mean the Vroid model, the old Vroid model, there is no debut. I never like did a debut. I just started streaming for that one. Pippa? Is she streaming? Pippa? She's not streaming. One minute. Is she actually gonna start in 1 minute though? I don't trust that girl. I don't trust her one bit. She's gonna start in like 10 minutes. What if I raid into someone I don't even know? Like, what if I just search up Vtuber? I don't know these people. No, it's weird to just raid into someone you don't know. They're gonna be like, who are you? Chio. Yeah, collabs. She's always in collabs. Raid my debut. You're not having a debut. When you do have a debut, I'll raid it. Pippa super chat so she says my name. Okay, if you want to. Love Pippa. Pippa knows who I am. Like, to the extent that she knows what I look like in real life. And also, she DM'd me. Read a random JP tuber. Vtuber JP. Search. These are all, like, upcoming streams. Like, who's actually live? Yeah, we had a very brief interaction. And then the one time I talked to Pippa in VC, which is, like, one time, I said something really weird and embarrassed myself, so I can never talk to her again, ever again. Thank you. I can never talk to her again. I'm not talking to Pippa ever again. Okay, here's the first thing that came up. God, I hate YouTube raids. Why are they so fucked? I gave the staff at the Phase Connect booth my bracelets to give to Pippa, and I don't know if she ever received them. Who is this? Let me make sure I'm not raiding into like something freakish before I actually do it. Yeah, it's really cool how supportive Pippa is of— oh! No, I can't rate this. I thought it was like a random JP VTuber. No, that's a big VTuber. You're gonna go work on this clips? Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. We'll rate a Seti, I think. Okay, I met Sakuna. I did briefly see Sakuna, yeah. I would say I met him. Like, we didn't, like, talk, but I saw him at the booth. Can we get Helen and Amanda karaoke duet stream? No. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, I, like, saw Sakana. I wouldn't say I met him. It's not like we talked. I'm a great singer. Okay. The cast. We should do me and Solid and Rebecca. Karaoke. Okay. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'll be posting my schedule tomorrow, as usual. I'm just gonna tell you now, it's gonna be a light week. It's gonna be a light week next week, because I'm gonna be working on Friday, which I don't usually do, and then going to a thing on Saturday. So it's gonna be like a really light, chill week next week. But, you know, keep it cool, keep it classy. It'll definitely also be a members stream, so if you're not a member, you're probably only getting one stream next week. I'm sorry, but I'll see you next week. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the support on the 3D stream. It was great. If you are sending clips or something or screenshots, I would greatly appreciate them. If not, don't worry about it. And I hope that this was interesting. I hope you liked learning a little bit about the behind the scenes, because I always love to hear about this kind of stuff. So, Otsu to darkness, good night. Got subbed to Shazzy, they're very sweet. Okay, good night.